Welcome back to Horizon 4. Today it's the Supra. Yeah, Supra. Toyota Supra. Slash Z4 M40i. Is that what is Z4 Roadster M40? Or is it a Z4 M40i Roadster? Probably that. Yeah. I'm not sure what I actually want to do with that. Kinda wanted to make, because I know we can do some, swap in some other BMW engines. Sadly not a 2J. 2J isn't in the game. So, I know there's the E92 V8. And then that's the Mercedes-Benz AMG V8 out of the C63 AMG Black, and that's the one out of the E60 V10. Just want to drive it stock first, just test it out. I've driven it once in the game, which was in why? I've driven it once in the game for like a Forza thing. So it handles pretty well. That's a lot of boost. This is stock. It should be stock. One thing I don't like about the new M5 and this, I don't like the instrument cluster. It's just not very nice. I want older looking gauges. It pops a lot. Just under 380 horsepower. Does this actually have that much? Like, does it? Because the Supra only has around 340, 330 maybe? I don't remember. $382 horsepower. Because I've not done anything with the car other than spacers, and it currently doesn't look like it has anything done to it. So yeah, like it's stock as 380 horsepower, which that's actually as much as the M2 makes, pretty much. So yeah, it looks good lowered. It looks really good lowered. The question is, what type of build do I want this to be? 2,600 pounds. Okay, that's pretty light. 2,600 with a clutch. That's actually 2,600. Shed 15 pounds from that. Okay, front tire width of 285. 315 rear. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot more than in the M3. Holy. I think the front tires on this are as wide as the rear tires in the M3. The turbo gives it 160 horsepower. Intercooler is 15, 12 for race cooling, 24 for fuel, 20 for ignition. Already got the exhaust. Camshafts gives us 80. This definitely will be at 800 horsepower engine. Yeah. 833 max. Don't think we can go up twins on it. No. We're stuck with the single twin scroll turbo. But 800 horsepower and in a roadster that weighs 2645. It comes stock with sport tires. This thing is not a slouch. Like, this thing is not a joke. Again, second I start recording, I start yawning. It's irritating. Oh, those wheels do not fit the car. Tease, should we? The paint I have has a red outer lip, so the what's in our base hide them. Any will start. I'm not the biggest fan of the red lips, to be honest. My favorite wheels hide them, so. Tuning. I didn't do def. Why? Yeah, this thing has 8 gears. Seven and 8 are overdrive, so 2.6, 0.7, 5, 4. Loosen that up. That around there. A little bit less rear spring pressure. Like that. Like that. Then we gotta go get a diff. Because that's needed. And yeah. I know, well, the V10 maxes out around 900 horsepower, I think, in this game. Might be 800, but I think it's in the 9s. Which, in a car this light, would be a rocket ship. Almost 40 PSI of boost. That's a lot of boost for a little inline 6. I'm already liking this a lot more than the E46. Mainly because it has a lot more grip and the chassis feels better. It's probably a lot wider too. Ow. Lost the mirror. I feel like I could also go a lot more experimental with the tune on this, because the car just feels a lot nicer to drive. And that's also the impression I got from just driving the car in the Forza-thon. The Rivals Challenge. The car just felt great, and it felt like it had a lot of grip, and the chassis had, everything was under control. It didn't feel weird. You could slide it when you wanted to, but with 380 horsepower, with 380 horsepower, it felt like it was low in horsepower, but the car just had a lot of grip, especially in the corners. To me, that is. The A-pillar is pretty thick, which makes it kind of hard to see, but it's like that in most modern cars. I actually missed the tree. That's nice. Oh, what's the boost threshold? It gets full boost by 2500 RPM. Added at 750 pound-feet of torque. That low in the RPM range. From like 3000 RPM, this thing pulls. It pulls really hard, especially for like a 3-liter inline 6. I'm guessing it's up to 3.2 now, since we got the port. It's actually up to 3.4. That's... How big is the S54? How big does that get? That goes up to 3.6, but that kind of makes sense because it starts as a 3.2. You spin it a little bit and forth, but I also think this would be a great, like, grip car. The chassis feels just like...
That was the last speed trap you needed to nail to become the new Horizon Speed Trap hero. I was going to use your latest photo as a souvenir, but it's pretty blurry.
I went maybe 100 mile an hour. You're on the top 93%. No poo. I was just cruising. I wasn't even on throttle. Even though it doesn't look like it has a lot more angle than the GTR, the E46 GTR that is. It feels like it can hold the angle a lot better. That might be down to the wider front tire that this thing has. It might be, or it just might be down to chassis control. Oh, it pops so much. But if we got a Supra and it felt like this, we're not gonna get a Supra in this game. Like, we're not. So, I'm not really hoping. Well, of course I'm hoping for one, but I'm not expecting one. So, this is pretty much the best we can get. But the inline six, it's pretty torquey. Mostly down to its 40 PSI turbo. But we can get the E92 V8 in it, which to me sounds great. It revs to 9,000 RPM when you put camshafts on it. Oh my. Oh, that's funny. But the V8, I'm not sure if it actually has more torque. I'm not guessing, because this thing has over 700 pound-feet of torque, 750. The E92, which I have, is fully built and only has 561, but then it has like 100 more horsepower. So, but is that the V10? Does that actually go up to 1200 horsepower? I gotta check it, because that would be really cool. This has a V12. Why did I swap a V12 in it? I don't know. That makes more sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. That has a V10, but it's not fully built. So, but I feel like, after my memory, the V10 should be around 900 horsepower. But it feels pretty good. I think I'm actually gonna try the other engines. But now, before I save this as B58 Rift. Yeah. I would say drift, and then I don't really know. I would say good for handling. Sure. Now let's go back to to the festival. Put in the S65. Make this thing scream at 9,000 RPM. Four-liter V8. The thing is, the turbos don't really make a difference. They give us like 160 horsepower in total. So it's not really the best performing engine ever. Neither this nor its V10 brother really perform that well. They are kind of lacking in the power department. They are. And they're heavy. Like this in total. But considering we have one more cylinder head, one more exhaust manifold, one more turbo. Yeah. It's 100 pounds heavier. Not in the wrong place. Over the front axle. We'll see how this performs. I'm expecting it to not be as agile. But who cares when you sound like this? V8 Roadster. We're becoming Aston Martin.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yes. I enjoy this engine a lot more. I get that the car is probably slower. But it's not always about speed. It's about emotion. And this engine has that. And plenty of it. Just a tap. But it's really lacking torque. You can feel that. We're way down on torque. But it's a kind of small V8 that revs high, and they usually are kind of weaker on the torque department. The thing is, you can see how like I clearly over-rotated there, but the car was pretty easily able to recover itself. I felt like the DTR, it wasn't. If you over-rotated, you were gone. Oh, I love this engine. I always have and always will. It's great. It's wonderful to drive. Truly.
You have arrived
But
at your
it could
destination.
also use another 300 foot-pounds of torque and 200 more horsepower. But other than that, it feels great. It loves the rev limiter. Your ears love rev limiter. I really just want to keep driving. I just want to shut off and drive, you know? Let's see how it handles the corners when not trying to drift. I'm going slightly off, but that's fine. It's a bit sketchy, mostly because the locked def, but that's to be expected. I feel like there's only one thing left to do, and that's to swap him the V10, you know? Just see how that feels too. Oh no, I'll probably like it. Also, there's this engine, but that's for another episode, I think. Let's save this. S65. That's drift. Probably good for handling. 5-liter V10. We're going to do twin turbos. And stuff doesn't really make that much power on this engine either. But the turbos make a big difference. And the camshafts give you a little bit. Turbos give you a lot. .911 horsepower, not the Porsche. Turbos give you almost 300 horsepower on this thing. Fully built NA would probably be around 645 with the intake manifold. So do we have the biggest tires? We do. That's probably why the low torque of the S65 kind of struggled. This is a rare sight in 2019. A V10 Roadster. That's rare. Shouldn't really have lifted there, but
You have arrived at your destination.
how much torque does it have? 666. 61. It's more than the V8. But it's not. It's nowhere near the torque of the inline 6. So, for ease of driving, that would probably be your best bet. Thing is, all that boost hits pretty early, and that's probably why it has so much torque.
You have arrived at your destination.
But this is... Well, I actually don't know how much power the AMG V8 makes. I know that in previous Forzas, it usually makes just over 1,000. So that might actually be the most powerful engine you could put in this thing. There's one more thing to do here. That's to take the loop. Just a tap. Pretend like it's the first touch and go
Your destination.
at Long Beach. That's not the correct line. Oh, that's the first time I've actually spun and not been able to actually recover. One more run, okay? And then we'll take it to Fortune Island and see how it handles the mountain. Should have braked earlier. I feel like I would like to drop that by like 10 psi in the rear. Is there anything cool here? Absolutely not. Fortune Island, I still have not done anything at Fortune Island in terms of story for like 3 months. I haven't really done anything since I last did a video on it, and that's probably just after the DLC actually released. So It's a while. That's a while ago. But it's like, in this in this game, I just haven't really had the hunger for it, you know? Other than like testing out the new cars and maybe drifting for like an hour or two, just like on my free time. A week. So, yeah. Also, I'm trying to rewatch the whole of the MCU before Avengers comes out. I just watched Doctor Strange yesterday, so I'm getting closer. Of course, it's raining. It's West Britain, so. I feel like the main thing that actually helps me like control the car a lot better is that it has a lot more mechanical grip in terms of wider tires. And that, to me, makes the car a lot easier to drive. Well, in the rain, half that goes away, so you gotta be really careful. But wasn't like my biggest score in the GTR 333? I think so. And that was in the dry.
You have arrived at your destination.
I got, well, my best run in the GTR was 333,000. This was 329 in the wet, but I enjoyed it a lot more and was a lot easier to drive. Also, I'm having to use the clutch a lot less to save the car. Just in general, it's just so much more enjoyable to drive than the GTR. The M3 GTR, that is. Definitely could go a lot faster here. And I'm much more likely to drive a car again that I enjoy driving rather than a car that I don't really enjoy driving and just is a popular car. Also, the V10 makes it very enjoyable. Also, V10 in a Z4 Roadster. Oh my. That's just hearing this this engine with no roof. Oh my god. But yeah, should we try one more time and try and beat the record that I set in the GTR? I know it really won't happen. At least not until it becomes true life. But we can try. Also, that gives us a chance to listen to the engine more. This is like the area you're probably in your highest gear. I feel like this will be worse than the other one by a lot. Okay, it probably won't. I spun. $345 would probably have been closer to 350. But okay, it dried up, so that's most likely the reason. So yeah. But in terms of driving the car and the way it feels to drive with the controller, not in real life, the chassis balance feels great, especially over the GTR, M3 GTR that I last drove. Grip levels are better, overall balance is better. Yeah, it's just, for me, a more fun car to drive too, especially over the M3 GTR. I feel like I'm just hating on the M3 GTR. It's a cool car, but it's flawed, especially in this game, which it could be really fixed with a wide body kit and reworked, give it some more steering angle. And yeah, that's my quick note on this car and the GTR. It's one car, and we're recommending you to try it. Stock engine is really short, torquey. I didn't really expect it, but it's kind of like every new turbo engine just gets more and more torque, it feels like. So, but yeah, that's the daily rant gone. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And don't really have a plan for the next video, so yeah. See you guys next time in something. Goodbye.